If you consider improving the lighting condition on your videos, this might be of great help, and actually on the cheap. Stay tuned to see how good it is. Hello everybody, Peter here today with the unboxing of a ring fill light. So this is a cheap solution to fixing your lighting problems. So you can find this at a very affordable price. I actually bought it for less than 10 euros, about 7. They usually go around this price and they can fix your lighting problems on the cheap. They're not soft boxes, but that's okay. They have their own pros and cons, and maybe we should just get into the unboxing and talk on the way which ones they are. So this ring light has 3 modes of lighting. So we have cold light, neutral light, and warm light. This is really interesting because you can cycle between all of those lights so you can get the best fit for your filming situation. So you're not stuck to just one type of light. And on the back of the box, we actually have some quite interesting information. You can pause the video here, or now I'm gonna explain them. So there are 72 LEDs powered by a normal USB brick, or you either have a power bank or you put them into a phone charger. It has 14 watts, the power consumption, which I don't really trust because I don't think that many chargers can provide that much power, and it has a maximum output of 1350 lumens, which is a lot. Economic lights that you have put onto your ceiling on your lighting appliances usually stay at around 805 and can go up to 1500. So this is close to the maximum that you can get for lighting appliances. This is powerful for something made out of plastic that is really cheap. It's quite impressive. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So first things first, it's the light. That already I can feel the plastic, so it looks fancier than it actually is, at least in the pictures. And in here is the phone mount that I'm gonna get out of the way now. Sorry for the noises. So you can mount a phone to this one. So the phone can stay right here and it will get as much light as possible, exactly like if you would have been using a flashlight for filming. But you can also put a camera in here because it has these types of screws, many of them, so you can use this light for a camera. And also, something that I didn't mention, it comes with a tripod. At this price, it came with a metal tripod. So even just if you want a tripod, it's a great deal. So you have to open this up and just put it in. And then you screw it back in. So this is for your phone. We're gonna go to this later. This is a metal adapter that goes from the tripod to the light itself, and it's actually really fancy. Like, this is metal and these are metal screws, only these plastic bits, but this is quite usual for camera gear to have this type of plastic on these components. Even the ball is metal. Now that's some quality for the price. And in here, the light, and I played a little bit with it. This is why the cable, it's not pretty nice and tight, because I wanted to show you the functions of this. So a really long wire, about 2 meters I think, and the remote on the wire. I don't think they come with a remote that you can keep like in your pocket. For the light, it's only a remote on the wire. So I'm just gonna plug it in. We have a light, so this means that we have power, and let's power it on. So this is the light. Of course, my phone adapted to it because it's really powerful, so you're not gonna get the full representation of how it looks in real life, but it's as best as you can get, since every camera will try to adjust for changing lights when it's put into auto mode. And you can dim the light. So it has 10 levels of dimness. Now it's as dim as it can get. And this is as bright as it can get. And you can also change the colors. So this I think is the neutral one. This is the cold one. And no, this is neutral. So this is neutral, this is warm, and this is cold. And you can adjust the level of brightness for them all. But we're gonna play with this a little when I'm gonna mount it. For now, let's unplug it and get it out of the way because I have something really, really special. So the tripod itself, which came in this box unbranded, and it looks like this. It's a huge metal tripod. I actually cannot even believe that they can sell this in Europe for €7 with shipping and all of that included. I even think shipping was more expensive than the product itself. So these are some metal bars that you usually find in tents. Like if I've ever mounted a tent, it's that type of a bar. And with these metal spacers that give some resistance to the whole device. The only plastic things are the friction devices that keep them from coming out. So you can screw these things and with friction it doesn't let you move. But this is how it looks. And since it's so big, it's 45 centimeters when it's small and it goes up to 2 meters. I'm gonna change the angle of the camera so we can see it in its proper using position, alright? So be right back. Now for the more interesting part of this thing is actually mounting this device that seems complicated at first, but it's not. So I have prepared in here the other bits that I'll need. Hopefully I'm not gonna step on them. I don't have somewhere to put them now. So we should really get fast and mount this so I can just put them here. So the metal tripod extends quite a lot, so it will go even taller than me. And how do you start it? You just unscrew this first, make sure it's unscrewed, because otherwise it will not be able to extend. And then just help it a little, take each one of the feet out and push down. So you can have a different size of the base, so you can go with a smaller base or with a larger one. And this will change your height, not that much, but with this position you can have like the most stability. But for now I'm not gonna screw it down so I can change the stability of this. So you can just take one segment up and now the other one. So this is as big as it can go while being into like the most stable setting. But you can take this up a little and now it's really tall. So it's taller than me. I'm about 185, so 6 feet, and it is way taller than me. So this should be around 10 meters and 10 centimeters. 2 meters and 10 centimeters. So it's gonna be plenty, especially if you want to put the light from above you. So if you don't want it to face you directly. And I'm gonna put it into a smaller setting in order to show you how it's mounted. So about this size should be alright. Maybe a little bit higher so you can also see my face while doing this. So the first thing that you'll need is this metal adapter that you just screw in here. So this is the metal screw. This is a metal nut. So you just screw it. And now it's the first piece done. You also can move the ball if you unscrew this a little. And in here it comes the light. So I'm gonna take the light and we have to put it there. So I'm gonna rotate it around. And this is also rotating on the bar, so be really careful that you don't over tighten your cable. Now again. And this is how it should look when it's mounted. The last piece that is missing is actually the phone stand that has 3 holes in here. So you can put it on the left, on the center, or on the right. So let's just put it on the center. Let's just be classic. And you put this like this. And then the phone comes in here, and I demonstrate with this battery. And the camera should be around here, so it sees through the light, so it has as much possible light from this. And let's power it on while it heats up. Close to me. So this LED indicates that we have power, and let's turn it on. So my camera will adjust it to this, and it starts with the warm light. You can change this to make it less bright. I really hope this is visible because my phone adjusts to the lighting situation. So it's about this dim at the lowest. And let's go back to a bright light and change the color of the light. So we can have in here the cold light, and this is the neutral light, which looks a little bit warm to me, but I actually think it's like the average value between those two. So I have to actually be careful because it goes out of power quite easily. I don't know if it's the fault of my battery, but it has closed on its own. I didn't close it. And now I'm gonna turn off the lights so you can see how it looks with only the light of this one. Now I have closed all the lights in the house, and this is only the light coming from this lamp. And I'm still not using that phone thing because I want to show you some stuff, so the camera might have to move around. And be really careful with the wire because it goes a lot around the tripod. So this is how it looks on, I think this is the warm light. Let me check. So, yep, this is the warm light. This is how it looks. You can dim the light. I'm gonna go slow. There are 10 settings of it. The only thing is that my phone compensates for the change in light, so it's not noticeable that much. But I really hope you can see the results. So I think now it should be the dimmest. So this is as dim as it can get. And you can change the color of it as well. So this is how it looks on cold light. It's a little bit of a harsher color. And it has disconnected from my battery again. Not that well. I actually think that this is the fact that I'm just moving this cable along. But you have the right to see this defect. And this is a neutral light. So this is a combination of the two. I can see it a little bit going to the warm side, but I'd say it's neutral. And it might be the color that you're gonna use the most. And for the last thing that I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna change it from in front and put it above me so you can see how that looks as well. So I'm just gonna turn it up. I'm gonna put it a little bit down, like it would stay up, and then just rise it. So this is the light that it would give from above if you want to get shadows on you, and it's actually quite a good lighting technique. This would work. So now it's from above, and it gives you this shade, so this part of the face is more illuminated and this is a little bit in dark. And you also don't have that glow in your eyes that you usually have when you look directly on it. So when you look directly on it, you have a glow on the eyes. And this would help lighting a lot, and it's also quite an interesting angle. If you're using the phone to film it, it might be hard to have the phone above you, but this depends on what you're trying to do. So I'm gonna change it a little bit more, and then we can wrap up this video. Hopefully this has been helpful for you, and if you're looking for a better lighting scenario on the cheap, this is a good solution for you. Stay tuned.